How do you define a trailblazer? Is it someone who breaks barriers on the global stage or someone who builds bridges for the vulnerable? Tonight we look at a woman doing both. Born and raised in Asmara, Eritrea, Snit Tewoldemadhin's journey began with a deep love for her roots and a brilliant mind for science. In 2019, she made the life-altering move to the United States. She wasn't just chasing the American dream, she was building a platform for global change. Graduating with a degree in neuroscience from George Mason University, Snit mastered 5 languages: Tigrinya, Italian, English, Amharic, and French. She seamlessly bridged the gap between complex science and human connection, working as a Montessori lead guide to foster early childhood development. But her true calling was born from personal heartbreak and profound love. When her mother passed away from breast cancer, Snit turned grief into action, becoming a fierce advocate for healthcare access. And inspired by her younger sister who has Down syndrome, she founded Designing for Diversity, a nonprofit initiative fighting for special education and developmental disability inclusion. It was this powerful purpose that propelled her onto the pageant stage, rewriting history at every step. In 2023, she became the first Eritrean to win Miss Africa USA. 1 year later, she made history again as the very first woman to represent Eritrea at Miss Universe, earning the title of a Voice for Change silver finalist. Her relentless public service caught global attention, earning her an appointment as an ambassador for peace by UPF International. Right now, the world is watching. As Eritrea's debut representative at the 73rd Miss World pageant in Vietnam, Snit is currently dominating the People's Choice leaderboard. It is time to hear from the woman everyone is talking about. Snit Tewoldemadhin is proving that beauty isn't just about the crown you wear. It's about the lives you lift up along the way.
Salam. I am Snit Tewoldemadhin, the first ever Miss World Eritrea 2026. I was born and raised in Asmara, Eritrea, a place where Muslims, Christians, and our 9 ethnic groups live side by side, embracing one another's cultures and religions, and where beauty comes from how we treat people who are different from us. Growing up alongside 3 brothers sparked my love for sports. I went on to play basketball, tennis professionally, grew up a passion for kickboxing as well, and learned to see statements such as "a woman can't" as an invitation to prove that she can. One day, our family was blessed with another little girl. My sister Milka was born with Down syndrome, and with her came a question that would change the course of our lives. How do we help a child reach her fullest potential in a world that was not built for her? My family, especially my mother, made that question her life's work. Then, at the age of 20, I lost my mother to breast cancer, and her fight became mine. While I was grieving and figuring out the woman I needed to become for my sister, I was looking for the best ways for her to thrive in school, just as every caregiver does. I then discovered Montessori education, and its core idea changed me. Their belief is that a child is not a blank slate. She's already capable. It is the environment that opens the door or closes to unveiling their limitless potential. So I stopped asking what my sister Milka could not do and started asking what she needed. I watched her transform, more confident, more independent, capable of things that no one had imagined. That sent me back to school to study neuroscience, and it confirmed the scientific principles behind the Montessori pedagogy, that children with special needs aren't missing potential. They're just missing environments built for how they learn. That belief became the foundation of my project, Designing for Diversity, under which we have an initiative called after my sister, Milka's Montessori Box. We empower parents with the tools and confidence to become their child's fiercest advocate. Our work has also expanded internationally, including consulting with schools in Ghana to help establish an authentic Montessori classroom that brings child-centered education to an underserved community. From community seminars, both in the Eritrean communities as well as African American communities in the United States, to Ivy League stages, to the United Nations, I've been carrying this message. Be your child's voice. Share with the world the positive impact they've had in softening your hearts, and making you the compassionate person you are today. Share the gift that they are so that they can have the same impact on the rest of the world. Pageantry was the very first platform where my journey for advocacy for my sister and inclusive education started. It is the stage that helped me amplify the voices of these children. That's what makes Miss World so special to me, because it's a platform that celebrates women for the substance of their character, the strength of their purpose, and the impact they choose to make. And I aim to choose such a platform to empower women, saying that regardless of where you come from, your voice matters, and you have a role in changing this world too. Milka gave me my purpose, and I am so excited to carry her voice to the 73rd Miss World Festival in Vietnam.
لا مالتيو ميس وورلد ንምውድዳር ንመጀመርያ እዋን ስኒት ማለት ንመጀመርያ እዋን ሚስ ዩኒቨርስ ዝተወዳደረት ያ ሕጂ እውን ንመጀመርያ እዋን ንኤርትራ ወኪላ ኣብ ሚስ ወርልድ ንምውድዳር መጽያላ ስኒት እስኪ ኣብ ኩላትኩም ኣብ ማሕበራዊ ሚድያ ንስኒት ትፈልጥዋ ኢኹም ኣብዛ ኣይጠራጠርኒ ግን ባዕላ ባፋዶ ትንገረና ስኒት መንያ ካበይ ተበጊሳ ናበይ በጽሓ ንፍዕቲ ተዛራቢት ትግርኛ ኢኻ ኢሎም እንደም
ብጣዕሚ ዘመስግነኩም ግዜኹም ሰዊእኩም ኣብዚ ምሳይ ክትውዕሉ ዝወሰንኩም ካብቲያን ኢሽቴ ደላትነ ተመክሮኻ የካፍለኩም ኣነ እውን ካባኹም so ኣስመራ ተወሊደ ዓብየ ድሓረይ ዩናይትድ ስቴትስ ሙቭ ጌርና ኣብኡ ምስኣተና ዩዥዋሊ ወላ ኣብዛ ዓዲ ከለኹ ሞዴሊንግ ንእሽተ ይፍት ነይረ ምስ ሙሴ ብዙሕ ጽቡቅ ክዳን ተተኸዲነ ይኸይድ ፎቶሹት ይወስድ በት ካብኡ ዝሓልፍ ኣይነበረን each time እንተዳ ሞዴሊንግ ፕሮግራም ኣሎ ንኽኸይድ ነደይ ብጣዕሚ የሰክፋ ነይሩ ንዓይ እውን ሙሉእ ብሙሉእ ከምዚ ነፃነት ተሰሚዕነስ ኣይሳተፍን ነይረ ምስ ከምኡ ዝመፅእ ብዙሕ ካልእ ነገራት እውን ስለ ዝነበረ ኣብ ኣሜሪካ ምስ ከድኩ ኸ it's opportunity maybe more ስለ ዘሎ ስለምንታይ ዘይትፍትን ይብለኒ ነይሩ ሰብ ትምህርተይ እንዳተማሃርኩ ስርሐይ እንዳሰራሕኩ the same thing ፎቶሹት ገብር ይኸይድ ነይረ ግን ከም ናይ ሙሴ ሰብ ኣይረኸብኩን so I had to pay them out of pocket ማለት እዩ ንእሽተይ ክዳን የምፅእ ንእሽተይ ሜካፕ ዩቱብ ገይረ ይፍትን and then ፎቶሹት ይገብር ማለት እዩ ድሓር ኣብ ሓደ እዋን anyways connection goes a long way ሰብ ፈልጥ የፋልጠካ is how ብዙሕ ነገራት ምስ ሞዴሊንግ ተሓሓዝ ይኹን ምስ ስራሕ ንዓይ ዘጋጠመኒ ሞ ዝኾነለይ ዝሰርሓለይ ነገር ማለት እዩ ኣብ ምስ ካልእ ሰብ ተፋሊጠ ፎቶሹት ሰሪሐ ንሳ ናብ ሓደ ፋሽን ዊክ ትዕድመኒ ምስ ከድኩ ብኡ ሰብ ኣይፈልጥኒ ነይረ መካይት መሓዛ የብለይን መዳፍርቲ ተለካ ኢኻ ኣብ ሙሉእ ጽብቕብቕ ኢልካ ትኸይድ ኣብኡ ክኸይድ ከለኹ ግን ኣነ ፀቢቕ ኣለኹ ንእሽተይ ትራዲሽናል ኩትሻ ገለ ገይረ ኣለኹ ግን ስረ ሱት እየ ገይረ ዘለኹ ብዙሕ ከዓ ክድፈር ኣይደለኹን ሶ ነይሮም ዝኾነ ሰባት ኦሬዲ ክሪኡኻ ከለዉ ኣብቲ ናይ ሞዴሊንግ ቦታ ስለ ዝረኸቡኻ ኣለክ ምሽ ከምዚ ብዓይኒ ካልእ ይሪኡኻ ቤዚክሊ ድሓን ከምኡ ንበሎ ንሕጂ and ከምኡ ኣይደልን ኣነ so I go straight to the next question እንታይ ትገብር ንስኻ ስራሕ ይብሎም ኣነ ኢንጂነር እየ ይብል still ከምኡ ይጥምተካሎ the next question is obvious እስኻ እንታይ ትገብሪ ኣነ ኣብዚ ሞዴሊንግ ኢቨንት ክሕወስ ኢለ መፀ but I'm a neuroscience student ይብሎ then it's a complete different look then you're going to respect me for what I'm doing ካብኡ ሕጂ ንሱ ቁርብ ይጋጭወኒ ነይሩ anyways ካብኡ ዝረኸብክዎ ሰብ ከዓ Miss Africa USA ዝበሃል ውድድር ኣሎ ውድድር ቁንጅና ሞ ከመይ ክትሳተፊ ዶ ኢሉኒ ውድድር ቁንጅና ቁርብ ካብ ንእሽተይ ከለኹ ዝዝክሮ ብዙሕ ሴግመንትስ ጽቡቕ ክዳን ይኽደና ሓንሳብ ኢቭኒንግ ጋውን ሓንሳብ ስዊሚንግ ሱት ይገብራ ሓንሳብ ዝኾነ ስፒች ይዛረብ ኣብቲ ስቴጅ the part that ቁርብ uncomfortable ዝገበረትኒ እታ ናይ ስዊሚንግ ሱት ፖርሽን እያ ነይራ already uncomfortable እየ ነይረ ኣብቲ ዓውዲ let alone swimming suit ክገብር ኣብቲ ስቴጅ plus ንነብሰይ ከምኡ ጌረ ከፋልጥ ኣይደልን ኣነ ከምኡ ጌርካ ኣብ ስቴጅ swimming suit is for the beach not for the stage እንተ ከምኡ ጌረ መፅእኸ ንስኻ ብኸመይ ዓይነት ዕውተኒ ኣለኻ ብኸመይ ዓይነት ኣብኡ ተብፅሐኒ ኣለኻ it's different ትዝበልክዎ ነገር ብዛዕባ respect changes ወላ ተተዓወትኩ how are you going to treat me after that after ዝገብሮ after ዝስራሕ ስራሕ ከ do I have a say ወይስ ዝበልካ ንጥራይ ክገብር ኩሉ ሻዕ ምስኡ ዝመፅእ anyways ክብሪሲ ክህልዎን ከይህልዎን ኣተሓሳሲብኒ so I'm not sure ገለመታት ይብል ድሓር እትሰብ እዚኣ ሰበይቲ she did it to empower ደቂ ኣንስትዮ ውድድር ቁንጅና ብዛዕባ ኣብ ስቴጅ ከድካ ጽቡቕ ክዳን ጥራይ ደይኮነ እንኮላይ ሶሻል ኮዝ እንተዳ አሎ ገለ ሰብ ብዛዕባ abuse ድዛረብ ገለ ሰብ ብዛዕባ mental health ድዛረብ ብዛዕባ ድኽነት ናቴካ ብዛዕባ special needs advocacy ማለት እዩ ከምዚ ብዙሕ ክደሊ ነበረንን for ሓደ ፕሮጀክት already ኣብ ገዛይ ዝነበረ ነገር ስለዝነበረ እቲ ክገብሮ ደልየ ዝነበርኩ ግን ብዙሕ comfortable ዘይነበርኩ ነገርሲ comfortable ኮይነ ክቕፅለሉ ዝኽእል ኣጋጣሚ ረኺበ ማለት እዩ so confidently ኣቱ ኣብ ሕብረተሰብና ብዙሕ ተቐባልነት ስለዘይብሉ I don't know how you guys do it but ኣንበሳታት ኢኹም ወላ ከምኡ ከሎ ትረዳድኣ ናይቲ ስነ ጥበብሲ ንስኻትኩም ግን ንዑ ነዚ ኩሉ በዲህኩም ስቲል ዲዛይነርስ ፋሽን ሞዴልስ ኣክተርስ ክትኮኑ ምኽኣልኩም ብጣዕሚ ደስ ትብል ንዓይ እውን very encouraging so ኣብኡ ክኣቱ ከለኹ ከም ዝበልኩም maybe the support was not 100% but at least I was sure that this is a clean ውድድር so abo ate መጀመሪያ ጊዜ ይነሩ I didn't go with the idea of compete ከገብሬ በቃ ውድድር ሞድ አይኮንኩን ከደ I didn't know what to expect ግን enjoy ገረዮ ተናዋለት ታይገብራለሁ አሰን ዓደን ከመይ ገረም ፕሬዘንት ይገብራ አና ኻበታ ዘላትን ንእሽተ ሒዛአቴ ናይ አምላኽ ነገር ኮይኑ and 100% ካ ህዝቢ default ኤርትራዊ አቡ መሳይ መጽሙ አሉ made the event even more powerful ነቲ ዘይፈልጥ ካለ ዜጋ ኸኣ ኩሉ ዝሰብ ስድራኺዩ ኢሉ ይሓተነ ነይሩ they are just Eritreans and they just came to support መስበልኩም ካ that's another identity ነቲ ካልእ ሕብረተሰብ ኤርትራዊ ሲ ብኸምዚ ዓይነት ክፋልጦኹም አንኪሉ ብጀካ ተኣነብ ዝገበርኩ ስቴጅ ማለት እዩ and ዓዊትና for the very first time ኤርትራ ተወዳዲራ ትፈልጥ ያ but that was the very first time ዝተዓወተት بدحريو زي opportunity بقعت كم زلنا مسرعنا مسايد سرح شعون زعوات عن السبات that's what I meant when زخبرك organization زخبرك مسارح تترأخوينو حسب كون زسمع سبي so let's take this further تبهلنا potential الله so we decided to go to Miss Universe ህዝብ already ተፋሪጡ ስለዝጸንሐ እቲ አቀራርባ ብዛዕባ ቁንጅና ብዛዕባ ከምቲ ተረዲዎም ዝጸንሐ ናይ ቁንጅና ዘይኮነስ it's a different way of presenting it ስለዝነበረ more support ጸኒሑ ደግፎምና for the very first time at Miss Universe ተሳቲፍና Miss Universe is one of the top 4 ውድድር ቁንጅና ኣብ ዓለም ዘሎ ብዝሕጂ ሰዓት we didn't place አቡ but at least top 10 ናይ to project በጽሕና silver award ካተዋሂብና so أنا كخير كله if the project is تزهلوني I don't think بقونجنا طري ما أتهوى كم تزنحكو مزنحكو نوعي لسلزخونكو نوعو خابوش سلزجبركو اتهزبون again very supportive سلزنبره up top 10 silver awards and for the first time تساتيفنا حدا نجر حيزنا واتينا and then كابوخا حجي Miss World يدالو لهو Miss World كودادر زوسن كله خا already جميرة لهو so كافس عساكات واتاته but then at the same time كأني between هذا وددر كونجنان كالعين يفلاليو prioritized قبرو نجارات له حجي Miss Universe is more performance based تايتغدين كتمتي how prepared are you up to stage كميتنك أساسي and أبو بزح experience يبلين maybe silly but not walking on stage I did practice with the top coaches but still it needs كابدك 10 عامات كلها زقبرو أسرحي أبزاز خداد له Miss World جن ماني خسري تكتفالت متخي they see you for who you are and I thought this is the perfect opportunity نتني بحق أنا خجبرو دليز سنحكونا قرنا قبر all to say crown يهلوكا يهلوكا because I had the opportunity to wear it حنتشع another opportunity زي تخدم كله يوداي توددر يودايو crown تخدنا لجزي يودايو نت platform تتقيم كاجن تاي تقبر حدا advocacy كلا أنا قركاتي ناي I think brand شمل نفسها سلا تقبر then you create your own brand do you want to be a makeup line نات كاري خاطوت كراونت نات كان يبعلها ديزاينر دي خاطكون شم كتوصلو شم اوصي خاص لصنحكا جن اسخا بعلها خمت زرد اكا غيركا خمت نات كا تيست غيركا كرييت تقبرو if you're just a model I don't have any problem with it. I respect it. But ናይ ካልእ ሰብ ስራሕ እየ ዘፋልጥ ዘለኹ ኣነ ሓደ ንዓይ ደስ ደይበለኒ they could just push it on me ተኸደን እዩ ኢሎም ክገብሮ and I don't want to do that. እቲ ዝገብሮ ምስቲ ኣነ ዝርዳእኒ ምስቲ ባህለይ ዝሰማማዕ ምስቲ ሃይማኖትና ዝምሃረና ክኸይድ እየ ዝደልዮ ሕልናይ ዘቕስነኒ እየ ክኾን ዝደልዮ ፅባሕ ተወዳዲረ ወዲኤ ተዓዊተ ወዲኤ ግን ዘጣዕሰኒ ነገር ክኾን ኣይደልኒ I did it, but I did it the right way. So I'm finally going to this world, and hopefully I'll make you proud again. And support result.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Last time it's so wonderful to see you here. After behind the screen votes share last time I only had the crown short sash Miss Eritrea ዩኒቨርስ Miss Meetin Salasan Hagarat compete Gereha, eti project na Moros in Kilinazalom Hitzanat, attention Kuwahabom Kamzalom advocacy, silver award winner Koina Ertra. So wala Ba'abi uti crown tazi ta'awatat Ertra, this is a good start. Namajamara na gize atina, namajamara gizena Zona award recognition was it it's a wonderful result and بزيبا أخومن بزيني أملاك حاجزن أبزك وتصحي مخالكم. I hope that the absence بتصحكوا it's a proof to the whole world that the Ahagarazi us exists and it's strong. It has beautiful and resilient people. أنا حنتي أنيرة بجكات أنا سكور كوها بفوت يهون بتي بعل إيدن مسايا أبو خينن زغويو أو أبو مساي زوعل أو أبو خينن بانديران دامبل بلا present زخوناسي. I hope it's a sign that this is a very strong and resilient population. And I hope and pray that بزاز قبر كوان إشتي نجر تسفى أفتي من أسيد خونو ويكمايز أمسلو من إسياد زمت أخو أبني fashion ترايزي خونا أبزخونا عودز قبرو that they're capable لعل سبوا من برد حتى سبوا كم زي خونو بينهم كم زي خونو supportive community كم زلهم كأني I'd love to be an example. أو خلوه خا again thank you كيبل كوا أبزخونا occasion كحلف عيدلن thank you بابا سلا كلنا جرتكار كله. I hope to continue making you proud and making the whole nation proud and making my younger sister proud as well. Thank you so much.
መጀመሪያ ክቡር ህዝቢ ኤርትራ ኣብ ሙሉእ ዓለም ዘሎ በዚ ዝረኣኽቦ ዝተዓዘብኮ ኤርትራዊ ምዃንካ ዝሕብን መበሊሱ ፍናን ዝህበካ ንኩሉ መንእሰይ ኤርትራ ነዛ ሃገር እዚኣ ዝተፈላለየ መድረኽ ኣብ ብዙሕ መድረኻት ኣሎ ኣብኡ እውን ተሳቲፎም ሃገሮም ዘፀውዕሉ እዛ ሃገር ብብዙሕ መንገዲ ዝተሓልፎ ዘላ መሰናኽላት መን ምዃና ኣበይ ከም ትርከብ ብከምዚ ኣጋጣሚታት ጌርና ሃገርና ነፀውዓሉ መንገዲ ተኸፊቱ ስለ ዘሎ ኩሉ በብዝመሰሎ በብመንገዱ ኣብ ዝኾነ መድረኽ ክሳተፍ መፀዋዕታ የቕርብ ካብኡ ቀፂለ ሙሉእ ህዝቢ ኤርትራ ኣብ ዘካባቢ ዘሎን ኣብ ሙሉእ ዓለም ዘሎን ኣብዚ ናይ ጓደይ ስኒት ዝተሳተፈቶ ብድምፂ ምሃብ ብሞራል ምሃብ ኩሉ ዝተሳተፉ ካብ ልቢ ብስመይን ምስም ጓለይ ስኒትን የመስግን
ቴንክ ዩ ስለ ዝዕድል ዝሃብኩምኒ ምሳኹም ሼር ክገብር ኣብ ኣስመራ ተወሊደ ዓብየ ድሓር ናብ ዩናይትድ ስቴትስ ሙቭ ኣብ ዝገበርናሉ ግዜ منأس حفتي داون سيندروم سلز نبرة تمرت بخمي تعود بخمي independent نخت كون زد ليها skills تمهار بزبل حسب جزياو سرحين أي مونتيسوري ممهر زنبرة مور بلعبوا أندا تمهاركو at the same time أمرنا بخمي نتمرتي مور كقبلي خيل بزبل حسب neuroscience major جيرة كوم أندا جبركو زنجرات أنا ناقبر كله نعاون دام هاركو عدل رخيبة مس أفريقيا USA 2023 أبستساتف كله جزء مجمرة جزء كون إرترا وكيلة but مجمرة جزء after stage تعويتنا كابو هفت بوزرخبكو encouragement بوزرخبكو practice ناب Miss Universe تساتيفة Miss Universe is one of the biggest وድድር ቁንጅና ዘሎ ብዝሕጂ ሰዓት again it was an honor ንኤርትራ ንመጀመርያ ግዜ ኣብኡ ክትርአ ሽማ ክትፅዋዕ እቲ ዘለና ፅቡቅ ነገራት ሼር ክገብር ዝኽኣል ኩሉ ኣጋጣሚ and ሕጂ ከዓ for the very last time ኣብዚ ውድድር ቁንጅና ናይ Miss World ክሳተፍ መሪፀ ጠጠው ከብለሉ ዘይኮነስ one more chance ክወስድ መወሰን ኩሉ ምክንያት ከዓ is because ብብዙሕ መለክዒኡ ንደቂ ኣንስትዮ ንምብርታዕ ከመይ ፐርፎርም ይገብራ ኣብ ስቴጅ ዘይኮነስ እንታይ ቁም ነገር ሒዛ ንመፃ እንታይ ኣድቮኬት ይገብራ እንታይ እዩ ትናተን ፕሮጀክት ብዘርእን ዝተኩርን ውድድር ስለ ዝኾነ ሕጂ ከዓ ንመጀመርያ ግዜ ንኤርትራ ኣፍታ ናይ መጀመርያ ውድድር ቁንጅና ኢሎም ዝጀመሩላ organization ክሳተፍ ብምኽኣለይ በዚ ኣጋጣሚ ሼር ክገብር ከበስረኩም ይፈት ሓጎስ ይስምዓኒ it's a blessing special ነገር ሃልዩኒ ዘይኮነስ ከም ዝበልኩኺ blessing ኮይኑ ፀጋ እዩ to have this opportunity to represent ኤርትራ ንመጀመርያ ግዜ ኣብ ከምዚ ዝኣመሰለ ብጣዕሚ ዓብይ stages at the same time كأني it's also responsibility pressure يسمعني كم مجمرة توداداريت انت عينت impression يقدف كم مجمرة جزي first impressions matter مو مجمرة جزي نيرتراز فالطراد اللو بمن قد يسلس خنس كمي يقربا كمي سرحي يخونا قراربا يخونا قرارني بملو at the same time كأنا يتناي هزبي تثبيت كأخم اللي I guess pressure allo mo እግዚአብሔር ጋር ይደግፈኝ አፍስ ብጻሐት beauty with purpose comes welcome to the abet portion to the most ተገድስ ካቴጎሪ ናይ ውድድር beauty with purpose ማለት ካ መልክዕቲ ቆንጆ ጽቡቕቲ ጓልዋላውን ተኾንክስ ፊት ተቅርብዮ ደለኺ መልክዕኪ ተጠቂምክስ ተንጸባርቁሉ ዘለኺ ሶሻል ኢሹ እንታይ ምዃኑ ትዛረብሉ ንኽትፈትሕ ትገብርዮ ዘለኺ መንቀሳቐሳት ከዓኒ ትገልጽሉ ኣጋጣሚ እዩ ኣነ ከዓ ከምቲ ዝነገርኩኺ ካብ ሓፍተይ ተበጊሰ ንዓኣን ዝመስሉ ካልኦት ህፃናት እውን ኣብ ትምህርቲ ዝዓብይሉ ዝድገፍሉ Nazi issues is my beauty with purpose project ማለት እዩ designing for diversity ዝበሃል non-profit establish ገይረ ኣነ ምስ ካልኦት team members ኣብዚ ነገር እዚ ለውጥ ክገብሩ ዝደልዩ ለውጥ ክሪኡ ዝደልዩ ብሓቂ ካብ ልቢ ተበጊሶም ዝሰርሑ ሰባት ፓርትነር ኣብ ጌርና ምስ ስድራ ተፋሊጥና ኩነታት ውላዶም እንታይ ይመስል ፈሊጥና በቲ ናይ ሞንቴሶሪ ማቴሪያል ቱልስ ተጠቒምና በቃ ጎል ናይቲ ቆልዓ ኣብዛ ሰዓት እዚኣ ብትምህርቱ ይኹን ብገዝኡስ this is the goal we want him to achieve ዝብልዎ ሓደ ነገራት ማቴሪያል ብሓሳብ ጌርና ንሰጥሎ at the same time ከኣኒ like just overall ነቲ ቆልዓ ኣረኣእያኻ ብቑዕ እዩ ኢልካ ትሓስብ ትኾንካ ኢኻ ደድልዮ ነገር ተቕርበሉ so ብቑዕ ምዃኑ ሞንቴሶሪ ሓደ ካብቲ ፍልይ ዘብሎ ነገር ከዓ ቆልዓ ስጥርሑ ኮይኑ ይኮነ ንመፅእ ንስኻ ሽዑ ፍልጠት ትመርኦ already potential ዘለዎ ፍጡር ስለ ዝኾነ ነቲ ናቱ potential ኣንቪል ዝገብረሉ ወይ ዝግለፀሉ ወይ ከዓ ዝወፀሉ መንገዲ ኢንቫይሮንመንት ምድላው ስለ ዝኾነ እቲ ናቱ ጎል እቲ ናቱ እምነት ካብኡ ተበጊሰ ከዓ ነቲ ፓረንትስ ኣይገስ እቲ ኣረኣዮኦም ኣቀራርብኦም ዘለዎም ምስ ውላዶም ከዓኒ ቼንጅ ንምግባር ዝኾነ ሴሚናር ናይ ትምህርቲ መደባት ከዓኒ ኦርጋናይዝ ንገብር ማለት እዩ ሶ እዚ ይመስል እቲ ናተይ ቢልዲንግ ዊዝ ፐርፐስ ፕሮጀክት
قرب سنيت كان
تعويت I feel like كم زبالكو عم مودعتا سلا ناي مودعتا ውድድር ስለዝኾነት it would be ሓደ ጽቡቕ መንገዲ a good way to finish ካልኣይ ነገር it would be history ታሪኽ ክኸውን እዩ ተኣምራት ክኸውን እዩ because ከምቲ ምንዓስና ከምቲ ውሕድ ምዃንና ከም ህዝቢ መጠንሲ ተደጋጊፍና ክንበፅሖ ንኽእል ከምቲ ዝበልኩ እቲ first impression ናብቲ ህዝቢ ነቕርቦስ ከምዚ ክኸውን ክንደይ ዓብ ጽቡቕ ነገር እዩ and ተስፋዩ ኣብ ከምኡ ክበፅሕ at the same time ከዓኒ ንመጻኢ ክገብሮ ዝደሊ ከም ተቕድሚ ሕጂ ዘካፈልኩኺ ዝኾነ ናይ ቤት ትምህርቲ ኮይኑ ኩሉ ሰብ ኩሉ ህፃናት ዝመሃሩሉ ስፔሻል ኒድ ጥራይ ደይኮነስ እንኮላይቶም ስፔሻል ኒድስ ደይኮኑ ድሓር ነቶም ስፔሻል ኒድስ እንዳምሃርካ at the same time ከዓ ነቶም ዘይኮኑ ኣብ ከባቢኦም ምዕባይ ኤክስፖዠር ምሃብ ድሓሪ ኣብ ብናሻሂ ኣብ ስራሕ ኣብ ዝኾነ ምስ ዓበኻ ምስ ረኣኻዮም ብዙሕ ኣይትስንብድን እቲ ንዕኦም ነዞም ስፔሻል ኒድ ቆልዑ ዝወልዱ ስድራ ቤት እውን ጾር ኣይኮኖምን ካብ ሕብረተሰብ ክሓብእዎም ኣይምፈተኑን ኩልና ኣፍልጦ ዘለና ኮይንና ተዓቢናስ ኢደ ኢድካ ንባሃሃል ናይቲ ወላዲ ጾር ጥራይ ደይኮነስ ድሓን ንስኻ ኺዳንኻ ውላድካ ክሕልወልካ እዩ ዝብል ዓይነት ካልቸር ንምሓዝ ካብ ብንእሽቶኻ እዩ ዝጅመር ነገራት ዝምልምማት ሰው ሓደ ናይ ኢንክሉሲቭ ዝኾነ ካልቸር ዘለዎ ቤት ትምህርቲ ከፊተ ነቲ atypical እዮም ዝበሃሉ ኒውሮቲፒካል ዝበሃሉ ከም ዝኸማና ኖርማል ዝመሃሩ ማለት እዩ እሳቶም እቲ ምስኣቶም ኤክስፖዠር ክላመዱ እቲኦም ስፔሻል ኒድ ከዓኒ ናይ ብሓቂ ብቕዓቶም ኣንቢል ዝገብሩሉ ኤንቫይሮንመንት ዘለዎ ትምህርቲ ክኸፍት ምደሎ
A warm welcome to Uganda and Zambia. Let's welcome Zimbabwe and making their debut at Miss World this year. Special welcome to Eritrea. Just two candidates. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Eritrea.
Imagine someone in a wheelchair. Do we expect them to reach the top of the building by climbing stairs? Of course not. We build elevators. Because the goal was never the stairs. The goal was reaching the top. The same applies to a child who learns differently. That child is not incapable. They just need a different way up. Greetings, Miss Julia, Miss World Organization, my fellow national ambassadors. I am Snit Tewoldemedhin, the very first Miss World Eritrea. I come from a country where we gather around the same tray and share food as one, where someone may even feed you by hand as a way of saying, you belong here. I carry this hidden gem of the Red Sea into Miss World for the very first time, believing what this stage believes. Beauty is not what we wear, but what we give purpose to. When my sister was born with Down syndrome, my family was faced with a question no family is ever ready to answer. How do you raise a child in a world that is not built with her in mind? My mother became my sister's fiercest advocate. At the age of 20, I lost my mother to breast cancer. And her fight became my own. But my sister taught me how capable she truly was and how much this world needs her exactly as she is. When we moved to the United States, the education available to my sister fell short. That is when I discovered Montessori education, using toy-like materials that unlocked results traditional classrooms couldn't. I brought them home and watched her grow. She learned how to read, do math, and try things she didn't try before. I needed to understand why it worked, so I studied neuroscience. I came across a study about two cats, Rainbow and Cece. Rainbow is a cat that you would not want to pet. She was feisty. Cece was a sweetheart. She was warm and affectionate. Would you believe me if I told you they're the exact same cat? Cece stands for carbon copy. She was cloned from Rainbow, sharing the same genetic blueprint. But raised in a different environment, she developed a completely different personality. That is my sister, and every child the world writes off too soon, assuming that diagnosis is their story ends. But I'm here to tell you, genes are not destiny. The environment we built around the child is. That belief became my nonprofit, Designing for Diversity. We teach parents the science behind their true child's potential and bringing Montessori to families who need them most. In Eritrea, we held the country's first Montessori workshop with the Ministry of Education and the National Intellectual and Developmental Disability Organization. We are now working towards training centers and public education on the capabilities of these children. But this isn't only about what my sister can do. It's also about who I became because of her. At 18, I befriended with a child who was homeless and on the spectrum. That friendship grew into a program that brought 30 homeless children back into school. 2 of them went on to secure jobs that paid more than what I made at the time. I know that would have never happened if my sister didn't teach me how to recognize true potential in others. Imagine if we all grew up around someone like her, even as a classmate. How much more compassionate would our society become? Do you see how much of a gift she has been to this world so far? Until that dream of inclusive classrooms becomes a reality, as an appointed ambassador of peace and a youth of human rights delegate, my call in every room, including Yale, the United Nations, and now here at Miss World, continues to be simple. Parents, do not hide your children. Educators, advocate for them to be in your mainstream classrooms. Leaders, let them be part of your workplaces. Don't just accommodate them from a distance. Losing my mother and raising my sister without her were the hardest chapters of my life. But today, they are the most invaluable jewels that make part of my crown of purpose. My sister may never be able to fully vocalize her true potential. And my mother is no longer here to tell you that early intervention might have given her more time with the family she loves. So if I'm entrusted with the Miss World title, I, Snit, promise to carry their voices beyond the stage. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Eritrea, and welcome to Miss World. Qualifying for the major events in their very first Miss World. But we have another, and I think by that you know that our next qualifier is Eritrea.
I don't need to be
I'm truly honored. As you can see, I am #1 on the People's Choice, not because we're the biggest nation, not because we have a lot of people, just because my country is very passionate about where I am. They care about the purpose I'm advocating for, and I hope that I can make them proud when I get to the final stages. And I encourage them to continue supporting me with their prayers, with their votes, and I want to thank them again and again. Thank you so much.
History is rarely given, it is forged. And at the 75th Miss World Festival in Vietnam, one woman is rewriting the playbook for an entire nation. Meet Snit Tewoldemedhін. She is Eritrea's groundbreaking representative, a trailblazer born into the diaspora, rising from humble beginnings to carry the hopes of a country on the global stage. For Snit, this journey transcends pageantry. It is a masterclass in resilience, cultural pride, and unapologetic leadership. The road to the crown is unforgiving, and the stakes in Vietnam are higher than ever. During the highly competitive top model fast track event, Snit commanded the runway with grace. Yet when the top 60 finalists were announced, her name was not called. But true champions are defined not by a single setback, but by how they pivot. While the runway proved elusive, Snit's voice and community rallied to propel her into the global spotlight. Official data from pageantry networks and the Miss World website reveal a powerful surge in two critical arenas. First, intellect and advocacy. Snit went head-to-head with the world's best, advancing straight into the elite top 20 global finalists for the critical head-to-head challenge. She stands tall as one of only 5 contestants from the entire African continent to secure this prestigious qualification. Second, the power of the people. On the Miss World People's Choice leaderboard, the Eritrean diaspora and global supporters answered the call. Snit is currently dominating the African regional group, commanding the #1 position with an astonishing 58,000 votes and counting. Snit Tewoldemedhін has used her platform to amplify East African women, advocate for education, and drive social change. She didn't just make it to Miss World. She brought the voice, the strength, and the rich heritage of the Eritrean people with her, proving that against all odds, barriers are meant to be broken. As Snit Tewoldemedhін makes history as Eritrea's first ever Miss Universe representative, your voice can help shape her journey. Support this groundbreaking moment by casting your vote through the link in the comments section today.